Hey guys, Jay Carden here. Today's video, we're going to be looking at how to build a network marketing team when you have little to no budget. This is an issue that I see many people facing when they come into network marketing. You know, they can afford their product and the monthly overhead, but they don't have the money to advertise, use paid advertising, etc., which is one of the most powerful ways to build, right? So today we're going to talk about how you're going to get it started. Just because you don't have money to advertise does not mean you're not going to be able to make it. As a matter of fact, I think it's better when you have no money to advertise. And let me explain why. Most big names that are in network marketing, some of the biggest names or the most successful people were in the same spot. Many of them were not just unable to pay for paid advertising. They were unable to pay for their auto ships. They were unable to pay for their homes and their bills. That's the way most of them were. And when you're in that situation where it's cutthroat, do or die, you take it more seriously. You're going to put way more effort. You're going to work really long hours trying to build it, because you have no choice. You have to make it work. And when people are comfortable, they can afford the auto ship, it's not going to break them, they tend to build slower because they don't have to do it that day. Big difference. It doesn't mean it's always the case. Some people, dive in headstrong with it. But remember that all the big names, and that most of them, were in the same position as you. So you're starting off in the same spot as they are. Hopefully that's a little inspiration, right? So what do they do and how can you do it? Well, what I can share with you is what I did when I had no money to advertise. I used direct active prospecting. And my little picture here has a guy saying, hold on, because that's the way most people feel when they're active prospecting. But the truth is, if you do it and you do it a lot, it may seem that way in the beginning, but you actually start getting the hang of it. You start figuring out how to do it, and you start seeing a lot less of that hand holding up. You're going to start seeing that the idea behind direct active prospecting, which means you are targeting a specific person and you're going to straight up just ask them to view the presentation or see if they're open to a new opportunity or a side income. When you start doing that, what you realize is you're not, when you're working your numbers and you're contacting one after the other, what you're doing is you're looking for the right people. You're not looking to sign up everybody. You're not. And that idea is what makes you feel like you're losing. If you're looking at it as in, I'm searching for the right person, what you'll find is if you're picking up the phone, making call after call, eventually you hit the right person and you know it right off the bat. You and that person just get along, you start talking. So many times it gets off subject, and you're like, well, this person's really easy to talk to. They're basically, you'll run into people who basically sell themselves. Okay. They're like, hey, what are you doing? Can I get in on it? I mean, so if you're doing a lot of that, you're going to come across that, and it becomes, heck, if I call, make 100 calls a day, I'm going to run across, 5 to 10 people. My guy is in there. My person that signs up that day is in there. And by doing that, what you do find is you start coming across about one new sign up every day. And the longer you do it, the more it multiplies to 2 a day, to 3 a day, to 4 a day, even 5 or more a day. Now, me personally, the most I've hit is 3 a day. And I know people who've done 5 and even 8 people in one day. Just do direct active prospecting, and do it like crazy. And you will actually start to sign up people, and it doesn't cost anything. I share with you exactly how you do that on my blog, jcarden.com. I share with you the source that I use to increase the amount of people that sign up. It's very simple, and if you go there and visit my blog using the link below, you'll discover that. Also, here's another thing. You need to be targeting professionals. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean, because eventually you're going to find that person who is broke that goes all the way, like I'm talking about most earners. But if you search for professionals, what you'll find is they stay longer. So you need about 100 people if they're brand new to network marketing and they're, in a struggle. You're going to need about 100 signups to get one person to duplicate. And that person may be the one that goes all the way, yes. But if you look for professionals, many of them don't go all the way because they have other jobs, but they're the ones that sign up 10, 20 people over their career. They're the ones that stay for life. They're the ones that build customer bases, not builder bases. So think of it like that. I need to target professionals. I need to look for school teachers, realtors, doctors, store owners, entrepreneurs, people that I know like to work a lot and make money, that are hard workers. Look for those type of people. I mean, I would say a professional could be a construction worker. If that person is working really hard to make as much money as they can, they are more likely to be open to even more money on the same amount of time that they're in. Yeah, I'm not just saying people that earn 6, 7 figures a year. A professional is someone who does a specific job and is paid for that job. So a lot of people, what they mess up is they look for, well, who needs money? And usually what you find is when you do that, there's a reason those people need money. Most of them don't work. Most of them are filled with excuses and they don't visualize their future. They just live day by day, an excuse to why they can't work and how do we get free money. So you don't want to search for them, because if you do bring them in, they're usually out in 1 to 3 months. They're the ones that say it was a scam, and they're the ones that, just don't even want to talk to you anymore because they think you scammed them. Okay, so look for professionals, and what you'll find is more duplication. Target them, and don't think just because they're professional and you haven't signed up anybody in your business, don't think that that's going to be a factor. If you present and you learn the prospecting tips, I share those on my blog, how to invite people to presentations where most of them will show up. You can go there, search that on my blog and find that article. You will be surprised at how many of them will sign up. They won't even ask. They're seeing is what's in it for them. They don't really care if they're your first sign up, because they're going to be making the money. That's the way they look at it. So don't let anything stop you from prospecting everybody, basically. But avoid people who are lazy and make excuses. Just do it. You'll thank me later. Okay. Here it is. You also need to be creating content online, just like this video, while you're actively prospecting. And you are, for me, actively prospecting, the best way to go about it is to use genealogy leads. I explain on my blog a system that I use that gives me the leads, and not that I have to generate them. I do generate my own leads. Those are the best by far, but having 100 leads a day drop in my lap, man, it keeps presentations going. It keeps it moving, and you'll have your big weeks and your slow weeks, but either way, you just keep going. You just keep going, keep going. And while you do that, you want to be creating content online. During the hours that you can make phone calls, you need to be on the phone direct prospecting. Remember, you don't have money to run Facebook ads and stuff. So be direct prospecting, working your numbers, getting 1 to 3 a week, something like that through direct prospecting. And then at night, or in the hours you can't call anybody, it's too early in the morning or it's too late at night, depending on your schedule, create content. Content can be blogs. It can be a video like this. It could be social media postings. It can be writing articles on other websites. It can be live broadcasts. Either way, you're putting out content. You could share what you did that day. You can write about things you learned, tips for things that you've experienced yourself, your opinion on what's working and what's not for you. Just create content on a regular basis, and when you start to get lots of it out on the internet, you're going to start seeing people come to you instead of you going to them. And that's kind of the concept here. But I tell you this, direct prospecting, while you're direct prospecting, those are people who could read your content. And if you direct those people to your content, it will help your content get further up search engines. It'll help its view count, all that, which will increase the results from it. So you still want to direct prospect. You don't want to rely just on content, because that direct prospecting is what's going to make your content really take off. And trust me on that, it will help your content get better. So you want to direct prospect, create content online. So let's go over the last few little bits here. This is kind of an overview to give you an idea how you're going to build your team with very little budget or no budget at all. The creating content you can do free. If you have a little bit of money, you can get your own blog, which I highly recommend. Your own blog with your own name. Very important. But what you want to first do is direct prospect. You want to do this a lot. Always doing it. Always doing it. That is the for sure way to get there. It's the only way that for sure you'll get there if you keep doing it. You want to use genealogy leads and search for professionals. You can pick up genealogy leads on my website, a lifetime of them without ever having to pay for them. You can visit my website and get those genealogy leads, and you will thank me later, because it's a lifetime of leads and you don't have to keep paying for them. I would not recommend going to lead vendors online and buying home business opportunity leads. You'll pay 10 times more for the same amount of leads as what I can get you with the genealogy leads. And when you use those, you wind up having to buy them again if you want more. At least with the genealogy leads, for just $15 one time, you get them for life, and you got the basic need that you have, and you'll never run out. You'll never run out again. So be working genealogy leads and aiming for professionals. That's the key to building a team direct prospecting. Create content on a regular basis. A blog a week, a blog a day. If you do it every day, the more you do it, the bigger the result. So you got to decide, how much you can do, how often you can do it, and what types you're going to do. But do it as much as humanly possible for you, and you'll get the fastest result, the quickest team, and get the results the fastest as you possibly can. Begin using paid advertising. Just take one strategy. Once you start seeing some money come in, to be honest with you, let's say you're paying $100 a month for your product, and that keeps your business going. I would continue whatever you're doing. If you've got $100 and it's using out of what you're making at your job, and you could do it regardless of making any money or not, what I would do is continue to pay the 100, and then if you make, let's say, $50 commission one week, let's say you get a $50 check, your first check, instead of saying, hey, I made 50, I want to put this in and only pay 50, I would still pay the 100 since I could, and take 50 and focus on a paid advertising strategy and start dripping them in as soon as you can, because this is going to intensify and speed up the process. And yes, you may lose your $50 with nothing, but you will learn. You will learn from that, and the next 50 will not be a waste. So sometimes you lose a little money in the front learning how to create paid advertising, because once you start using it and you master any strategy, it becomes the thing where you put $1 in, you get $2 back. So you want to get into that as soon as possible, because once you're able to do it financially, game over. You're able to just grow your business as quick as you want. So guys, with that said, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification. I will be putting out videos very often. I'm going to, focus on things that I see people struggle with, and I will share exactly how to overcome that struggle. You can subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification, because I'm also documenting right now my journey through a new company, and I think you'll get a lot from it. The prospecting, the strategies, everything I use, and you can keep up with that if you subscribe and click that bell notification. Also, if you're on Facebook, hit me up at J Carden Marketing. On Twitter, go to @JCarden, or LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, shoot me over. I love LinkedIn. It's one of my favorite. It's probably the most valuable of all the social medias. So let's hook up there and keep in touch. Okay, guys? And also, if you're not happy where you are, or let's say your upline is not around, you need someone to support and someone to train and groom you, feel free to partner with me. I'm always happy to see other networkers joining my team, and I love working with networkers. So there will be a link below in the description. Just click it, take a free tour. It's a no-risk tour, and I'll build you a downline, and then you'll see how this works and make a decision from there if it is what you're looking for or if it's not. Either way, it's no risk. I would click the link anyway just to see how it works, okay? Because it's a very powerful system that we're using in my company, and I believe you would get a lot from it. So guys, click that link if you want to partner with me, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.